All right, hello guys, welcome back. Today is February 25, 7:30 p.m. Wednesday. Just a quick recap of what happened today and what I'm looking for the rest of the week. Now, starting off with NQ on the daily. Uh, if you don't remember yesterday, we were uh, talking about how we are in a consolidation and that I ideally don't want to get involved until we either get to this high or this low and then see what we want to do there. Well, I mean that ended up happening. Funny enough, the second we mentioned that we were in a consolidation, we decided to finally break. But yeah, that happened today, and little spoiler alert, I did take a loss today, but I was also able to catch a win, so I was break even, which puts me at my first break even day this month, I believe, which I'll get into. But yeah, looking at NQ, we so we traded up to this consolidation high that we were looking for, and even on like the 4 hour, you could see you have this consolidated range, and now we're at the top of this range. And I mean, it's already looking like it's rejecting it, especially with this new day opening gap being put in right here. Could be showing willingness to want to move lower, but we'll see what happens when it's our kill zone. Right now, a lot could happen in the Asia and London. None of my concern really. My kill zone is going to be New York, AM. Very simple. But yeah, um, I guess let me go over the trade I took, and then we can go from there. So I tried shorting this right here, and as you can see, that did not work out. I got stopped out for, I believe it was minus 80. Again, because I'm risking just doing the one-to-one, not risking too much. And then 9:30 hit. Um, we got this. I didn't enter. We rode higher, higher, higher. I did not enter anything up until here. After we were. Oh no, I'm sorry. Uh, I entered here. Yeah, I can pull it up on MNQ. That might be a little. Yeah, there. Okay. So yeah, after we kept riding higher at 9:45, we kind of began to reject, and there was like a small SMT with YM. Not really small, there was a pretty big SMT with YM and ES. So yeah, I decided to short, and I was able to recoup some of my losses. I saw how choppy it was. Let me, if I can pull up the 1 minute for you guys. Basically, this trade went like this. I entered right around here. I was up, say, I think it was what, 70? Um, yeah, around 70. And then went all the way back here, down, I think it was like, what, 110 maybe? Then it went all, all the way back down, plus 50, break even to negative 20, all the way down to, um, I think it was like 100 maybe. But after this final leg lower, I began trailing my stop across like every 1 minute. So every 1 minute like level. So after we went down to this low again, I saw what we kept doing. So I went stops to break even here, or stops move to here. And then after I had this other leg down, I went stops to I think it was here. And then I had another leg down, and then I went stops here. And then, yeah, I got stopped out right here. So I was able to go back to break even, but yeah, that's how that trade went. I'm not going to complain. I'm happy I came out break even if it was a loss. You know, I think I did a pretty good job trading this consolidation, and it's definitely fair to give back some of those profits. Um, just because that short has been working for me for so long, so I was willing to risk it to see if it played out. But hey, it didn't end out playing out, but it ended up working out because we were break even. But yeah, back to NQ. You know, we inverted this, found support off of it, and then moved up until this high. And if this wasn't consolidation market, or if this wasn't a consolidated market, I would be very bullish, just because for us to invert a level and just go through it tells me that, we're very bullish and that we want to go somewhere. But, the fact that we're in consolidation and these markets have been highly manipulative, I am very weary. I wouldn't be surprised if right after we swept this high, now we move back lower into this range, testing this FEG we found support off of prior, and then, maybe we sit around this level for a little, and then either, again, have another leg up or move lower. But at the same time, we can also watch out for that move higher into maybe this order block, finding support, and then continuing higher right here. And what happens tomorrow, I think, will be very telling with what we want to do. If we do move back into the range, then that's that. We're just back into the range, and then again, we're gonna wait for another range high or low to be traded to, and then see what we want to do from there. But if we do go higher, maybe say for these rejection block highs, then yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty bullish. I'd be looking for opportunities to catch longs, maybe any type of retracement lower. I'd look to capitalize. But yeah, that's that for NQ. Looking at the dollar, um, dollar it fell bearish after sweeping this high, moving here. We were thinking it was gonna move higher, but it, we said we were watching out for this rejection block, and what do you know? It ended up respecting it and moving lower from there. It already looks like, it's or willing, very willingly going to be bearish and wanting to be bearish. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we move back down a little and then see what happens from there. And then ZB, um, maybe this is the time where I know I've been saying this a lot, and I really need to study this and backtest it. But maybe this is the time where we align ourselves with NQ now, with this gap lower, NQ gap lower, looking bearish. You know, could be pretty nice to see this decoupled market no longer and have some more higher probability price action. Again, I mean NQ, you can see that gap lower on the 50-minute. But yeah, that's what I'm watching for right now. I recommend you be very, very safe. I think we still have, I think PPI or what was it on Friday. So yeah, hope you found this insightful. Take care, be safe.